The story begins with Anna, a mother, being woken by her son Jin so he can go to swim practice. He asks her to take the day off because he has an important diving test. When she wakes up, she notices a sound outside and discovers heavy rain. She prepares breakfast and calls her mother to check on her. Learning the storm is severe there too, so she predicts a major storm and decides not to go to work. Suddenly, she finds water flooding the floor and sees huge waves through the window. At the same time, an alarm device warns of a massive flood reaching the third floor, instructing residents to move to upper floors because the electricity and elevators are out. Anna moves quickly, gathering clothes to escape. She gets a call from a police officer named Joe, who tells her to leave her belongings and focus on getting to the upper floors with her son until he arrives. We learn she is a doctor specialized in artificial intelligence and disaster prediction. She takes Jin's medicine in a small bag, carries him on her back, and heads out, only to be shocked by water everywhere and chaos on the stairs. Finding her path blocked, she quickly heads for the emergency stairwell, climbing while trying to calm her son amid the terrifying scene. The boy sees people floating, trying to save themselves. Anna sings to him to soothe him as they hurriedly climb the stairs, but she is shocked to find it blocked by neighbors' belongings. She tries to climb from the edge of the stairwell, nearly falling, then returns to the main stairs and sees Joe looking for her. She calls out to him, but suddenly discovers her son is gone. He has entered a neighbor's apartment. She follows him in and is stunned by powerful waves breaking the window and flooding the place. She remembers a memory of drowning with her husband but quickly snaps back, diving underwater to search for her son. Unfortunately, the bag with Jin's medicine is lost. Anna surfaces for air, then dives back down to search for him among the drowned bodies until she finds him unconscious. She tries to revive him and open the apartment door, but it's locked. She is close to losing consciousness when Joe appears and saves them. They get out of the water, and Joe performs CPR on Jin, reviving him. Anna hugs him, calming him. Joe files a rescue report and informs her they must reach the building's roof because a helicopter is coming. On the way, Jin recalls the incident of his father's death, but Anna interrupts him and sings to prevent him from continuing. While climbing the stairs, Anna notices the water is salty despite being rain. Joe explains that an asteroid hit Antarctica, causing ice melt and flooding entire countries like Japan, and that their building will soon be submerged. She is surprised experts didn't predict the catastrophe, but he confirms they knew but couldn't prepare in time. He tells her the world is collapsing, and she is humanity's only hope because she helped develop the AI emotion system. He explains they created human-like bodies, but lack the implantation of emotions. Before he can finish, Jin asks to use the bathroom, so they enter an apartment. Joe reports their location to command, and we notice he is hiding something from her. Afterwards, Anna calls her mother and learns she is in a relatively safe place, but has lost hope. Anna says goodbye, crying, and ends the call. After Jin exits the bathroom, gas pipes explode due to water pressure. Joe tries to find an escape route, but they only find balconies. Anna falls into the water but quickly surfaces, grabbing a plastic plank and reassuring her son. She swims back to the building and reaches the 10th floor. She hears her neighbor trapped in the elevator and tries to save her, but a powerful wave drowns her. At that moment, Anna remembers the incident of her car flooding and her husband's death when she had to leave him to save her son. She snaps out of the memory, reaches the roof, and discovers she's on the 18th floor, breaking down because she couldn't save her neighbor. Joe arrives and urges her to hurry because her son is unwell. She runs and discovers he is experiencing hypoglycemia. When Joe asks about the medicine, she tells him the bag is lost. She enters the first apartment she finds, asks an elderly resident for help, prepares a sugary juice, and gives it to her son. During this, she remembers a conversation with Director Hyun when Anna considered leaving her son after her husband's death because she was afraid of being an irresponsible mother. But Hyun warned her because the lab would reclaim the children. The lab would also take Hyun's daughter, Eugene. Here we understand that Anna and Hyun created their children in the lab, and their children Jin and Eugene are the first experiment of the human emotion system they invented. Hyun says she regrets creating their children because they didn't know they would become so attached to them. Anna snaps out of her memories at the sound of Jin regaining consciousness. She is surprised the storm has calmed and the sun is out, but Joe confirms it's a temporary lull. He admits the lab will take her son upon their arrival, and reveals he is one of the children abandoned by their parents, which is why he hates humans and wants to see her reaction when her son is taken. She is affected but suppresses her feelings. Suddenly, the storm returns, and they flee quickly. While climbing the stairs, She sees a man and his pregnant wife about to give birth asking for help, but Joe refuses due to time constraints. She apologizes and continues. Jin asks her about the pain of childbirth, and she is moved to tears before Joe informs them they are close to reaching the building's roof. Anna breaks down and declares she cannot give up her son. Joe deceives her, promising to help, and they reach the final floor. There, Kim takes over the mission and decides to take Jin as new human number 77, while Anna is to continue her work. Soldiers take her son by force. When she asks Joe for help, he admits he deceived her and reveals Yoon escaped with her daughter. Anna collapses, watching them prepare her son for experiments. She pleads with Kim, but he refuses, confirming Jin is the successful model that will be used to create others, reminding her these were her own words when she created him. Anna is shocked by gunfire and Joe's execution in front of her. Kim tells her everyone will die, and she is the only one allowed to leave. She hugs her son, bids him farewell in despair, and boards the plane. On board, soldiers appear with her son Jin's extracted brain. Afterwards, Anna boards a spacecraft with the lab team orbiting Earth. Sue, a team member, contacts her to inform her that thousands of meteors will strike within 15 minutes, threatening all life on Earth. To avoid human extinction, the lab launched 7 spacecraft to transport the last survivors to the Isabella lab to manufacture new human bodies. She is the only one capable of implanting emotions. This time, they will create a mother and her child to ensure reproduction and the development of the new human race after the flood. She tells him that humans must understand the survival instinct, and the maternal instinct must be implanted first. Since the child's creation is complete, the mother will undergo the experiment. With the child hidden from her, she will face obstacles to find him. If she fails, the experiment resets to 0. If she succeeds, it is done. Sue warns her that her failure means human extinction. Suddenly, a ship ahead of them is shattered, and debris pierces their spacecraft. Then, we transition to another time. Anna wakes to the sound of Jin. The apartment is full of water, and Anna wears a t-shirt with the number 491. She receives a call from Joe, who confirms her protection and instructs her to go to the building's roof and take her son. Remembering Hyun's words about the lab wanting her son, she takes Jin's medicine and puts it in a small bag. She searches for Jin and finds him hiding in the closet, so she quickly takes him with her. She leaves the apartment and sees Joe, hiding from him as the storm intensifies and the place floods. She swims with her son toward the roof, helps him back into the building, but is shocked when he leaves her. A wave of water hits the area. She sees Jin drowning, saves him, but loses the medicine bag. Upon returning, she notices her son has disappeared and remembers his swim goggles from the helicopter. Surprised she still has them, Anna loses consciousness. Joe tries to wake her and notices the number on her t-shirt has changed to 787. As soon as she wakes up, she tries to search for her son, but Joe stops her and shows her a picture of Jin trying to reach the roof. Despite his reassurance that his security team will follow Jin, she ignores him and insists on searching herself. She takes Joe's gun and shoots him, but an explosion from gas pipes nearly causes her to fall into the water. Joe catches her before the fall, and the number on her t-shirt changes to 1931. Anna doesn't believe Joe and dives into the water, finding herself on the 10th floor. She tries to open the elevator door and meets a little girl named G, who helps her. She suffers cardiac arrest and dies temporarily, then comes back to life, and the number on her t-shirt becomes 4007. She uses a plank to open the elevator door and takes G to a nearby apartment to change her wet clothes, reassuring her about her grandfather. G tells Anna that her son will die soon if she doesn't find him and describes his appearance. Anna goes up to search for her son and sees 2 young men leaving an apartment after looting it. They threaten her. Suddenly, Joe appears with G and attacks the 2 men, throwing one into the water and torturing the other to find out Jin's location, only to discover the child left them and disappeared. He then asks her about places he might be hiding. Anna doesn't know where her son is. Joe is surprised and lets her go. She witnesses a memory from the past, where she gave her son juice to save him from a hypoglycemic episode. Anna tries to convince G to leave and abandon her grandfather and grandmother, but G refuses and insists on staying. The grandmother gives Anna the juice, telling her it's for her son. Anna is surprised but takes the juice and continues on her way. Joe reassures her that the security team will search for her son, but she insists on finding him herself. Anna breaks down and explains to Joe why she is so insistent. She reveals that everything happening is part of the experiment set up since the spacecraft mission, and the changing number on the t-shirt represents the number of her attempts to find her son. Anna and Joe agree to divide the search between apartments. Joe searches the odd-numbered ones, and she searches the even-numbered ones. During the search, the number on the t-shirt changes to 7,993. Anna reaches the 28th floor, where she hears a pregnant woman and helps her give birth. She is deeply moved by the scene of the mother and child, especially when the husband sees the newborn, helps his wife with water, and rejoices at the birth. The man's wife mentions she dreamed of the storm happening on her delivery day. Anna remembers Jin's words about his dream and the drawing he sent her on her phone. She finds the drawing and is shocked to see he drew her face with a helicopter behind it, the exact scene where she bid him farewell before boarding the helicopter. She also remembers when Jin was hiding in the closet. She runs to the apartment and opens the closet, but soldiers ambush her and sedate her. When she wakes up, Joe is in front of her and tells her they will take her to the roof to complete the mission. She tells him she fears the security team will deceive her. Joe attacks the soldiers to save her, and Anna helps him, taking out the last soldier. Afterwards, Joe injects her with a substance that fully restores her consciousness. She sits with him and tells him everything, including Jin's repeated disappearances and that all previous attempts have happened thousands of times. She explains that Jin knew everything from the beginning and disappeared because he didn't want her to abandon him again, and that he hides in the closet when angry or scared. Even if she finds him now, Jin might not want to see her because he believes she abandoned him previously when she handed him over to the soldiers. Joe reassures Anna that Jin's repeated disappearance doesn't mean he hates her. Rather, he is waiting for her to find him and encourages her to search for him. We follow attempt number 21,499, where Anna resists the security team soldiers underwater, gets rid of them, and reaches the building's roof. She opens a locked closet to find Jin unconscious. She offers him the juice, but he doesn't wake up at first. She sits beside him, apologizes, and cries. Then Jin wakes up and confirms she never abandoned him, reminding her that she asked him to hide in the closet from the beginning. We realize everything was a trick by Anna to buy more time with Jin and escape the lab. We go back in time to the moment Anna was hit by shrapnel when debris pierced the spacecraft. She decides to take on the role of the mother in the experiment to implant the maternal instinct in humans. Her memory data is extracted and merged with Jin's data. During her attempts, Jin reminds her of what happened. She uses the swim goggles to make her son jump into the water while attacking the lab soldiers to prevent them from taking him. Jin executes the jump, causing a malfunction in the lab's server, and the entire experiment stops. Jin overcomes the lab's program and frees herself from the experiment. She jumps into the water and swims to reach her son, finally finding him and saving him. Suddenly, huge waves approach them, and Anna and Jin decide to dive underwater together. The waves engulf them, and they both die, leading to the extinction of the human race. And that's how the story ends. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button. Let's reach 5,000 likes on this episode.